Okay, just a quick update. We've had some events. First event was the elusive coal tit, one of the four that I was waiting on, turned up on the feeder late this afternoon. Just the one, came in, grabbed a few seeds and was gone like a shot. So on the feeder, one, in the garden, one, seen from the house or garden, one. And there is just one. That was it. It will be back. There is no doubt about it. The long-tailed tits have been around every day now for some time. There is only two. The initial film that I did showing the long-tailed tits actually had quite a few around in the hedge, up in the tree and on the feeder. But there are two regular visitors, and likewise with the great tits and the blue tits. The two blackbirds, one comes on the feeder at a time. I've never seen two on there, but they're regular. They're there every day. Starlings, I've only had two on the feeder at any one time, but there's an awful lot around. A wood pigeon has been on the feeder and has been discouraged. I'll leave it at that. It'll probably be back. They're just dumb. In amongst the other stuff, the what I endearingly call black stuff, which strictly speaking should exclude magpies and jays, there's still only the jay that's been in the garden and one magpie. I've seen quite a few magpies around, but only three at any one time. You will be very pleased to hear that my one nuthatch is two. Today there was one on the feeder and one in the hedge, so there is a pair. So they will be nesting round here somewhere, in which case they will be feeding young, and I suspect they will be very frequent and fervent visitors. Goldfinches were around today, but they didn't come in the garden. They were just around. They have been in the garden in the big conifer, but not since that one time I saw them. I've seen them round in the front garden occasionally. And there's a list of finches there that I may or may not get. I've added to this list because I've thought of other things. Now, my two robins, they are a pair. They're around all the time. They come and go on the feeder. They've both been on there at the same time. We had a new visitor in the garden. We have a wren. That's highly unlikely to ever come on the feeder. It's not the sort of food it'll be interested in. And they're very low flyers normally. They tend to just stay low to the ground. But I've seen one in the garden. Just the one. House sparrows, they're now coming on the feeder quite regularly. I've had three at once, but there's more than that around. There's just three at once. They like the fat balls, the suet balls. And there's only room for so many, basically. And today I saw what I am 90% confident was a chiff-chaff, which sparked me off of thinking the other warblers that I could get. Chiff-chaff, willow warbler and blackcap, when I was younger, were all summer visitors. They were summer migrants, but all three of those now, in some numbers, spend the winter and are topped up by summer migrants. But that, I'm pretty confident that was a chiff-chaff. Today, so not on the feeder, just you know, it was in the hedge basically, and it caught my eye because of the coloration. The goldcrests haven't changed. There were 5 in the tree once, never seen them since. The birds of prey, they may or may not turn up. We've added to the gulls. We saw, while I was out in the garden with Hannah at the weekend, a black-headed gull flew over. They're not mistakable. They are bigger than anything else around as far as the gulls are concerned. And as they turn in the air and you see the top side of the wings and the back, they are black. Hence the name. Anyway, so that's just a quick update. We've had a few newcomers. The coal tit was new today. What else was new today? The second nuthatch was new today. The wren was yesterday, in fact, not today, and I haven't seen it today. The chiff-chaff was today. So, yeah, there we go. I'll keep you posted. None of that filmed today. I was busy doing other things. But, yeah, effectively, on the feeders, we're now up to 9 species. In the garden we have 16 species, and seen from the house or garden, which includes those in the garden of course, 23 species so far. And we haven't been doing this long. I'm pleased. I'm okay with this. See you next time.